So in this week's radio show of Truth in the Mirror, we're going to introduce you to Tanya, who is the first lady that I'll be coaching alongside in our reality TV show, Truth in the Mirror. However, until that airs in the fall, we're not going to show you what she looks like, her face, her body, or anything. So just as a heads up, while you're watching and re-listening, you won't actually know who Tanya is until we go live with our reality TV show in the fall of 2017.
Radio live with Sally Houghton. We've got a special guest today. She will introduce her in a moment. I just wanted to say hello. It is Wednesday, July 26th, and I am Denise, and we've got Sally Houghton here, as beautiful as always.
Oh, stop it. But hello.
Love that necklace.
Stop it, but start again. Right?
And then we've got Joe over there looking just as beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah, you are looking quite good today. I'll give you that. Yeah.
So how are you doing today, Sally?
Awesome. Absolutely awesome.
Fantastic.
So, I'm crazy excited about this episode of Truth in the Mirror.
Tell me.
Because to my right is sat the beautiful Tanya, that is the first lady that is going to be part of our all-new reality TV show, Unlike America Has Ever Seen Before.
I love it. I'm so excited to have Tanya here. I can't wait until we get to introduce her.
We're going to keep her under wraps until... after the next break, so that we can talk about the wonderful Instagram and internet news that happened in body image world and community this week. Because you know how we love doing this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
So tell me what happened.
So, in beautiful England, Dove have brought out a number of different shaped bottles for their products that represent how individual women see themselves or see their bodies. So not every one product is the same, not every one bottle is the same, and so they have this range of curvy bottles in different shapes and sizes to represent how unique their customers are and their demographic is.
I love that.
I love it.
It's awesome. But it's only in England?
Yeah, for now. But I reckon if we just tweeted them and we got a little bit of a hashtag going, I think we can make this happen together.
That would be awesome. Maybe we should get some bottles. We should get some. Oh, we can't. We can't go to the drugstore here and buy them.
Well, maybe I could get somebody to bring us some over.
That would be fantastic.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? We can look at them.
Yeah, even if they're empty, we can go ahead and take a picture of them. We can tweet them. We can get Dev involved and see if we can get that brought over here.
It'd be so much fun. Now, I think this is lovely. Obviously, we know that Dove has this wonderful campaign around everybody being unique, and they've done a number of different commercials using different shapes and body sizes. And they're amazing at it. And they're amazing at connecting with women on an emotional level so that they will buy their product, right? Because that's basically all it's about. But it's nice that they have a conscience around it.
Yes.
So even though Dove is for everybody, see what they did there? The internet says no thank you. Internet doesn't like it. Once again, because that's never anything positive on the internet. Right?
I know, and why is that? That's just, some people talking about...
Right, so they're calling it the Real Beauty Bottle campaign.
I love it.
Yeah, I think it's amazing.
Yeah.
But one of the people that have tweeted about it was saying, imagine having to pick up a pear-shaped bottle as a pear-shaped woman, or having to choose between bottles that represents the proxy of your body. And then how would you feel going up to the lady in the drugstore and having her bip that through the register when you've self-judged yourself based on the shape of your bottle? I don't get it.
I don't either.
I would loud and proud pick up the biggest bottomed bottle there was in the world, and I would parade it through CVS or Rite Aid or equivalent.
I want the one that has a little bump in the front, and not because I'm pregnant, just because I've got some extra stuff there. Yeah, I would love it. I'd be like, this is me.
It's true. So the internet are basically saying that they are not empowering women anymore. They are exploiting their female insecurities in order to
claim their product on the market.
That's probably a man speaking.
Yeah, I think it actually was.
Yeah.
Actually, yeah. So that's the thing. We can all have our own opinion, but I don't think that we can talk enough about body confidence and body image and everybody's journey. And if it takes something that is that controversial to be out in the public eye for us to have a conversation about it, well then, happy days. Like, do it every day of the week. Everybody should be doing it.
I agree.
I know.
Yeah.
And then you shared a beautiful story with me this week, right?
Yes. So there's a lady that we see here, and we'll put her picture up, and we'll get this up so you guys can see it.
She's genuinely beautiful.
Yeah, she really is. Her name is Megan, and she said that she was 5 when she first started to hate the way she looked.
Hate is a very strong word,
Right.
though, isn't it?
Right. Especially about yourself.
Right.
So she said that she thought her classmates were prettier, thinner, better looking than her. So by the time she was 10, she was already trying to diet. 14,
Terrific.
diagnosed with anorexia nervosa. She weighed 65 pounds and was in a hospital getting fed through a feeding tube. So she decided she's going to do some transformation. She's been posting her pictures to Instagram at Body Posy Panda. They're a bit unusual.
Body posy panda, nice.
Yeah, and her first one is thin, and she looks really athletic. She looks like she's, kind of an athlete out
Right.
there, playing sports.
Yeah.
And the second one, like the now, she's got some tummy rolls. I've got tummy rolls.
Right.
But she tells Us Weekly that these are reverse before and afters. So...
Oh, because we're trained to think of before and after means this is you fat,
Right.
this is you thin.
Right.
When
Instead of this is me happy and loving myself versus
Right.
this is me unhappy and unloving
How
myself.
sad is that we've conditioned ourselves that that's a thing?
Right.
And actually, from where she was and suffering with that eating disorder, and I genuinely think that some of these disorders are just like addiction, right? You never really get over them. You just learn to live with them day to day, and you just learn to overcome them on a day-to-day basis, just one step at a time or one day at a
Right.
time. And how amazing and how brave of her to have overcome that and to be inspiring and to post it and to put all of her vulnerability out there on Instagram. But just ridiculous that we think of it all, the befores and afters are always going to be the other way around.
Yes. So
No?
she says that her before picture, she was miserable.
Right.
And her after picture is she's happy. And she says, quote, "As it turns out, happiness is not a size. I've wasted far too many years believing that it was." So she's responded to several negative comments that have come on, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
Love it.
And people are saying, "Why did you decide to ruin your body?" And she said, "Nope, I just stopped torturing myself."
I love it. I love it. That is it, right? Let's just take that and post it everywhere.
Right.
That is what Truth in the Mirror is all about.
Right, 'cause
her
here's-
truth isn't necessarily what we see, right? But her truth is what she needs to have to feel happy.
Right.
That's amazing.
I see in this picture, her after picture, I see a happy person,
Right.
a happy and beautiful person.
Right.
That has nothing to do with numbers.
We do not exist on this planet to torture ourselves. I'm pretty sure of that, right? Of all of the things that humanity are great at, guilt and torturing are the two gifts that keep on giving to ourselves. But it's insane. And all it takes is a very simple statement for something, a very big issue and a very big problem. But we just have to consciously change our mindset of, turning negative into positive, whichever way that is. Maybe it is
Right.
being thinner, maybe it's being taller, maybe it's whatever it is, just accepting who you are now and making wise choices for yourself. That's all we need to do.
And she's empowered herself.
Right.
Because she doesn't need anybody else. And she's
so
realized that.
amazing.
And that's fantastic.
That is genuinely
Yeah.
so amazing. And I love how inspirational that is and that story is. And you know who else I think is a little bit of an MVP for the inspiring things?
Who?
Lady Gaga.
Yes.
Yep.
Genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, she puts herself out there
She
all
really
the
does.
time.
She
And-
pushes the envelope.
She
And
really does.
She's kind of like, bring it on, bring it on. I'm welcoming this.
Right. I just saw pictures of her in Paris a couple of months ago, and she was wearing an inflatable suit. I'm like, if you're going out to a point where you can wear legitimately a hot air balloon and you're cool, like, there's
Yeah,
something
you
great
made
about
it.
you. Right.
Or you have so
Absolutely.
much money you don't care.
Right. But, it's because she knows who she is, and she loves who she is, and she knows what her truth is. I had seen a meme this week, which is why I got on the tangent of Lady Gaga, although sometimes I could talk about her with no reason whatsoever. I saw a meme this week where she had a little bit of a roll on her tummy.
Oh, good grief.
Now, I don't care who you are. I reckon if you bend over, you get a roll.
Right.
Yep.
I've seen Kate Moss get a roll.
Oh, absolutely.
I've seen Kim Kardashian get a roll.
Right.
I mean, luckily, I don't
I have
even
two or three.
I don't even have to bend over to get my rolls, right? They're just there, loud and proud, and that's okay. But this was when she was at the Super Bowl. And this meme is still in circulation because the Super Bowl's quite a long time ago.
Oh, yes.
It
right?
recirculates the globe and comes back on social media.
It's ridiculous to me. So the internet, again, the wonderful people on the internet, have called her out for having stomach flab. And she's seen serious criticism for it. And she said that I could give you a million reasons why you don't need to cater to anyone or anything in order to succeed. I heard that my body was a topic of conversation, and I just wanted to say that I'm proud of my body, and you should all be proud of yours too.
Go Lady Gaga. I love that.
know, right?
What a great statement.
She's amazing. She
Yes.
is genuinely amazing. Anyway, enough of the internet and the negative trolls. Can we talk about something crazy exciting after this next break?
Oh, yeah.
Besides wine,
Well, we might just touch on wine.
just a little bit.
Because it does revolve around my life a little bit. I am going to be absolutely delighted on the other side of this song to introduce you to my very good friend and going to be our colleague, I guess, right? For the
Yes.
next couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So we're going to introduce you to Tanya right after this song.
Sweet. So, again, you are listening right now to Truth in the Mirror with Sally Hilton. We will be back in just a few moments after this break. All right, so there we are, our first break of the night, but we are here with Sally Hilton.
What a great break that was,
I
though.
know.
I love Justin Timberlake.
I know you do. That's why I put that on for
Just
you.
been having a little bit of a dance to myself in the studio.
That's fantastic.
I know. So it's big time now. This is where it all begins. This is like ground zero
She's not
for
sure.
all of us. So in the studio with us, we have the beautiful Tanya, that is our first lady to come. I know, right? To come on a journey with Truth in the Mirror, the reality TV show. And she's very beautiful and potentially very nervous. And so we'll all be really gentle with her. But it's a pleasure to have you. So hello.
Welcome.
Hello.
How are you?
Welcome.
Good. How are you guys?
So good. We're so good. So Tanya is 33. Probably shouldn't have said that out loud on the radio. But Tanya's 33. She's been married to her husband for like 9 years now.
We've been together for 8 years, but married for 3.
How amazing
Awesome.
is that?
Wow.
Super, super lovely. And he is super lovely also. 2 children.
Yes.
And then what do you do for a living? You have a special job. Right?
Yes. I work with mentally ill in a day program. I'm a behavior coach.
See,
Awesome.
how lovely is that? How scary is that for me, though, that the behavior coach becomes behavior coached? Genuinely.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Right.
that
True.
could be a thing.
That could
We
be.
could come to blows in, a
Right.
couple of episodes. All that we really wanted to do today was introduce you to the people that listen to us. And so also so that you can kind of get used to some of the cameras and microphones and us also. But I really wanted everybody to know and to fall in love with you as much as I have in the very short time that I've known you. And I guess what we really need to get down to is the nitty-gritty about what it is that you're struggling with and what it is that you need us to help you with. What's your journey going to look like for you?
I struggle with my body, like you guys were talking, my body image every day. I hate shopping because of it.
Okay. That's going to be your new best friend, though.
Right.
Shopping's going to be like your new biggest hobby after this, I promise you. What is it about the body image? What is it in the mirror that you don't love so much?
Everything.
Really?
Yeah.
You can't
Wow.
just give me 3 things that you really love at this point.
Pretty much my stomach, my arms, and my legs.
Okay.
I think I have a pretty good looking face, but
You
yeah.
actually do.
You're very
You
beautiful.
actually
Yeah,
do.
you do.
Thank you.
Do you know that is? Well, let's just not start the TV show here right now
Right.
because I really could.
Right.
But
Good.
it's heartbreaking to me that that's that's a thing for you. So in your day-to-day life, I know that shopping is always going to be a challenge, right? Because it is for me, it is for Denise. I'm sure it is for Joe also.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it is if you're a size 0. Like,
Right.
you know, you've got to put
I hate
yourself
that
out
when that
there.
happens when I can't find it.
Stop. But what is the biggest challenge for you? Like, is it genuinely shopping, or is it health, or is it children, and keeping up with them, or is it the fact that, you know,
Can I answer all of the above?
maybe
Yeah.
if
What's
that's
the
a
thing
thing.
that bothers you the most?
Yeah. Like in order. What's like in order? Kind of.
Yeah, no pressure. We want a list in alphabetical
No,
order
you-
now.
No, I mean, just like the one
Yeah.
thing that stands out, because I know I have my things too, but what's the one thing that stands out to you when you go, like,
Or is this something that you would do that you don't do now because of how you feel?
I can't play with my kids because of my weight and my size. And I see the hurt in my kids' eyes when I can't do stuff with them.
Wow.
Wow.
that's important?
That's real life.
Yeah.
That's real life. But, well, I'm sure you do. Look, you're a behavioural coach, so I'm sure you are a fantastic mother. And I have seen you with your children, and you are a fantastic mother.
Thank you.
And I'm sure that you do play with them. You just don't play with them in the way that you think that, you know, like up and down slides. I actually got stuck on the top of a slide in a park this week with a 5-year-old. Genuinely, because I didn't go down it. I just
Really?
wedged in it.
Mm.
Yeah, overestimated myself a little bit once again, but I tried. So it's not that you are. So it's not that you're not playing with them. It's just that you want to be more active with them.
Yeah, I have a 9-year-old who's very active, sports, everything, and I can't keep up with him. I mean, I can't even chase my 3-year-old.
Right.
So when he took off yesterday, yeah, it was bad.
So I know that we've been talking about working with you in this process for some time now, because there's a lot of other things that have to happen in order for us to get to this point where we could press go, right? But during that time, I have followed you on Facebook, and you've been my friend on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw that you went to a theme park.
Yeah.
You want to just tell me a little bit about that?
We went to Knoxbury Farm a couple weekends ago, and pretty much I couldn't go on any of the rides because of my size. And my son was in tears because I couldn't do anything with him. It had to have been his dad the whole time. So he was upset. I mean,
Right.
and it hurt. The only one I could technically go on is the water ride. That's like the tube where there's nothing
Right.
going down on your stomach or anything like that.
Right,
so,
right.
and the line was so long that we couldn't go.
We know,
So,
thank you.
yeah.
Also, you get wet.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I
I'm
feel
alright
like
with
if
that.
there was
I
one
don't
to
even like to
skip,
get
that
wet.
was the one to skip.
Yeah, I would.
You know what I mean?
I like that one.
So do we.
So what have you tried up until this point? So and we'll talk about what we're going to do together.
Mm-hmm.
But what have you tried up until this point that has led you to this? Because you approached us, which was really kind of you. But like this kind of feels like we're almost on our last attempts now, right? We've gone through the list of things that you thought you should do.
Yeah.
So what have we done so far?
What do you mean?
So well, I know that you've done gyms,
Yeah.
right? And so that's not necessarily worked out for us.
Mm.
And I know I don't even have to know like I know to know that you will have tried different kind of weight loss programs or different kinds of diets, right?
Yeah, I was on doing really good for like 6-7 months and didn't lose nothing.
Right.
I was working out 4 times a week. Nothing was happening, and I don't know what was the problem.
Right.
So
Well, and also it's crazy hard to fit all of that into your lifestyle too.
Especially
No.
with the children.
yeah.
Oh,
Look at all those kids running about,
Yeah.
right? You've
It's
got a
hard.
husband that you need to be all dedicated to and lovely to. You're holding down a full-time job, which is crazy stressful. And then on top of that, we say, hey, I need you to get up now at 3 o'clock in the morning, not 4 o'clock in the morning. Go to the gym and have one of those awful green drinks
Right.
Some
and
of those are
enjoy
good,
it,
though.
The
right?
drill sergeant telling you what to do,
Yeah.
yelling at you.
Yeah. So I want to kind of briefly go over some of the things that we're going to touch on with you, so that the listeners kind of know what our process is. So I know that you have all heard me say before that I am a massive advocate of learning through play, like children do, and probably like you do when you're coaching your the people that you work with also. But we're just going to have fun. And I know that this is going to be a scary experience. And there are going to be some things that I'm going to ask you to do, little challenges that I will spring on you that you'll hate me for in the moment. And I know that.
I doubt it.
No, really.
Yeah.
No, really.
She'll push your comfort zone.
Right. But we have to do that. So we do that for a couple of reasons. I know that you are absolutely like neck deep into this and committed to it.
Yep.
And I absolutely know that, and I have your assurance to it. But we have to push you out of that comfort zone sometimes so that when you feel the fear, like you did when you walked in this room and it was full of cameras, and probably like 10 more cameras than we actually needed today, right?
Eric was on a frenzy when he was setting up with me today.
Cameras and microphones and large groups of people and little challenges, and sometimes some of the most intimate challenges are the scariest challenges to do rather than the big ones. Once you have committed to doing that and the fear is set in and the adrenaline kicks in, when you're through the other side of it, your mind says, oh my God, I did that. And so I can do it. Like, if I can stand, I'm not going to ask you to do this, but if you can jump out of a helicopter,
No,
it's not going to happen. I'm not going to have you do that. But if you can do that, then you can go into Lane Bryant and say, I don't know what size bra I am, so could somebody feel me up and measure me? Which is a very uncomfortable experience.
Yes.
I've done that before.
Right. But not as uncomfortable as falling out of a plane.
Nah, I'm not doing that.
Whatever, it's a thing. So we're going to do that. We're going to learn through some play and we're going to have some fun. And I just have a really interesting question for all of you. How many full-length mirrors do you have in your house?
Which way do you want to start?
Oh, well, do you first, because you look crazy engaged in this.
I
Like
know.
10?
No, only like waist up. Like in the bathrooms, I have a full mirror the width of a wall, but it's only about waist up.
Well, psychologically, Joe, that says something about you. What about you,
Right.
Denise?
Is that bad? Came with the house.
It's only waist up.
That's it.
So you don't want to see anything
well, you
waist
got the
up.
counter.
Right. Denise?
I don't have any full-length mirrors.
None at all.
Well, my daughter has one that she uses in her room, but I don't ever go in and use it. I mean, it's, one we bought for like one of those cheap ones for $5. But no, I don't. I know.
Not so much?
No, I just have the bathroom mirrors that are one's like this big, and then the other one's just like a standard mirror that comes in the bathroom.
Like
just
right above the counter, right?
correct.
Yeah.
But
I
the
feel
other
like
one
bathroom
in like
mirrors-
in my mirror in my bathroom, it's a little framed one. It's a
Right.
little one. It's not even the full length of the actual wall above the sink.
I feel like bathroom mirrors are the most unflattering mirrors, period.
Yes. Oh, I would. Oh,
And
I would
if-
agree. It's
and if you
fluorescent
are-
lighting.
Right. And if you are going to look at your body, let it not be in the bathroom, especially if you're not comfortable with
Yeah.
yourself. Like, let's do
Right.
some mood lighting or something.
Yeah.
Darling, how many mirrors do you have in your house, full length?
I have one, but it's behind a dresser.
Wows.
That's where it hides.
So technically it's a full length mirror, but you don't even see it. It's not unless you move the dresser and pull it out. Can you see partial
No,
of it?
it's on the side of it where that's where it's
okay.
staying.
It's where it's staying.
We only have one mirror in the house, and that's in the bathroom.
I feel like you just challenged
Yeah.
me there a little bit. That's where it's staying, she says.
Uh-oh.
I see you at your house tomorrow at 6:30 in
I
the
was
morning.
I was just thinking she's going to come to your house tomorrow, and she's going to be hanging that thing on the wall.
So, in order for us to deal with our body, there's a really simple trick to that, and then it's that we actually have to deal with it, and we have to confront it, and we have to look at it. And actually, you are not alone. So, granted, I actually have 6 full-length mirrors in my house, but I'm vain. So, it is...
I would have never guessed.
I know, right?
Right?
It is what it is.
I think if my daughter had the choice, she would as well have
Right.
6 mirrors.
I'm
full
the
length.
person that walks down the street and looks at my reflection in the mirror of a shop, in the window of a shop.
Oh, I do that, and I
Yeah,
get
it's wrong.
disgusted.
No!
Yeah, I look at it and I get upset.
It's going to change. It's going to change. We're on this mission together. This is not going to be a thing. And I will parade you up and down Mission Valley in every window until this changes. This is going to be a thing. Disgusting is not a word that we're going to use for our body from now on. It's banned. It's not allowed. So anyway, what I want to do with you is genuinely spend some time with you in mirrors, and we're going to look at it, and we're going to confront it, and we're going to see which bits we're not comfortable with, and then we're going to find bits that we absolutely love, and we're going to find some bits that we can focus on in the meantime whilst we fix our other things. And I know that just made you squirm on the inside, and I'm sorry.
It's okay.
But it's life. And you're committed, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're going to do it. And if we can't do it for you, we're going to do it for the little ones. So that's the thing.
I think it's awesome that your biggest thing for you is wanting to play with your children. I think that's such a great...
There has to be absolutely no
reason.
bigger motivation than that,
Yeah.
though, right?
Yeah.
So, I mean, it is one thing to do it for yourself, and to a certain extent, you will have to do it for yourself. But it's a lovely thing to have the children on that journey with you, and for you to inspire them also.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because your lifestyle will change, and your mindset will change, and hopefully theirs will too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like there's an element of your behavior or the projection of the insecurities that you have for you that will rub off on them, whether we know it or not now, you know?
Yeah.
And so to do that for them, that's a beautiful gift, right?
Absolutely.
That's a beautiful gift. But I also have to say, we don't do this sober all the time, because one of our sponsors is Milagro Winery up on Little Page Road.
I was just wondering if you were going to pull something out from underneath the desk. I'm like, sweet. We're going to have a little sippy sip.
It's not wine club pickup yet,
Oh.
but when it
Well,
is, I'll
right
be
there.
here.
Bummer.
So we get to go to these beautiful wineries, and we're going to use those as a location. Milagro is absolutely beautiful, right?
Oh, it's so gorgeous.
It's like 100 and odd acres.
Yeah, they do
110
weddings,
acres.
Right.
private
Just
parties.
between
Love it.
Ramona and Winola.
Right.
It's
Just near the
easy
camels.
drive.
Right.
15,
Easy
20
drive.
minute drive.
Beautiful, beautiful people. Like, I feel like the people that go there are also great. Like, you know, sometimes when you go into a bar and you think, oh, I feel like I should like this bar, but I'm not sure that I like the people in the bar. That's not a thing there.
No,
Like,
no,
they're
not at
definitely our people. The wine is amazing. Red, white. I know that Joe's got a little bit of a thing for the sangria.
Sangria.
Location is awesome. You could not ask for a better location to film this. And so we just get to have a little bit of a glass of wine before we, you know, get deep
Right.
down into it.
Right.
What's not to love about that, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
I know. So thank you once again, Milagro, for being wonderful with us and for being one of our location sponsors.
Yeah.
Thank you, Milagro.
So it's Milagro Winery, Milagro Winery.
Right.
For those of you who have not been, please put it in your calendar for this next month. It is absolutely gorgeous out there.
So Tanya was telling me that you have difficulty with makeup sometimes.
Yeah. I don't really know how to put makeup on very well. I try, but, you know.
Right. So, well, I think you do a pretty good job. Like, genuinely, I think you do a great job. But there are definitely, like, tips and tricks and things that we're going to teach you. I think makeup change it. Like, I'm a massive advocate of makeup. I love it. Like, you're never not going to see me looking like a drag queen. It's a thing. I just love it, and I love every kind of product. But I think the fashion within makeup changes too. Right?
Oh, yes.
I was laughing with a friend over the weekend about how there was a time when we just bought one lipstick. And now I have a lip liner, 3 colours, and a highlighter just for my lips. That's 4 products.
Wow.
I don't
Right.
even
Yeah.
own a lipstick.
This is going to change because we have a glam squad.
Right. We have a whole.
We've got
we
a
have
village.
strong-
It takes a village to make this happen, and this is a thing. All of Ramona is pulling together to make this happen for us.
Oh, yes.
So our glam squad is Linda Hall at BellaMia, and she's on Main Street. They have this most beautiful, beautiful building, beautiful salon. There is nothing that those ladies cannot do from
I
a...
get my hair done there.
You do?
Oh, perfect.
Oh my God. Well, then that's awesome. They are genuinely like our squad
Yes.
already. So we're going to have the makeup artist spend some time with you. She's going to teach you how to do makeup. And the difference between, like, I know that with your job, you don't walk around doing your job in ball gowns and massive hair and, you know, weaves and false eyelashes. And I get that.
I mean, I go to work sometimes with my makeup done and my hair done, but eventually my hair's going to have to go up or it's going to get pulled.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And so we're going to do some tips and tricks with them that we can do. And this is, you know, making you feel better about your body is not about painting it different colors and about teaching you to do makeup and getting you a new outfit. And although I believe that those things help you hold better and help you be more confident, and they kind of change your posture a little bit, they don't change your mindset. It's like a diet doesn't change your mindset. I could lose 100, well, I couldn't, but I could stand to mostly probably.
No.
I could lose 100 pounds, but it doesn't mean that those 100 pounds are making me happy or
Right.
unhappy.
Yeah.
You know? And even if they do come back, like you say, maybe 200 comes back, I just need to know that you and your beautiful soul in the mirror know that it's okay and that it's not about how much you weigh, how big your tummy is, what your arms look like, what your skin tone is. It's not a thing. You know, I understand to a point it is a thing about health and it is a thing for your lifestyle and for the things that you want to achieve. And that's brilliant because everybody's goals are different, but it doesn't make you happy.
Yeah.
And so what I really want you to think about before the next time I see you, but maybe you just know the answer to this now, is what does happiness look like for you? Because it's different for you than it is me, for sure.
Happiness is just seeing my kids happy to be able for me to play with them, run around, do sports with them, you know, be able to go on rides with them at amusement parks or go down a water slide with them or just see them happy knowing that I'm able to be there for them and knowing that my health and my body's not going to take me from them.
I love that. That's awesome.
I love it too. You have been incredibly brave for coming in and seeing us today because I know that this is scary and the next couple of weeks are not going to get any less scary, but I am genuinely thrilled that out of all of the people so far that we've had in the process, that you're the first one. I think you are genuinely, and I know you don't believe me now, but you will in 6 weeks.
Oh, yes.
You are genuinely beautiful.
Thank
I
you.
genuinely adore you, and I can't wait to see what happens for you on your journey and how we get out of the other end of the journey and how we make that happiness happen for you.
I can't wait either.
Absolutely. So just want to let you guys know, we talked about Truth in the Mirror here. We've got Sally Hilton, we've got Joe, and we've got our lovely guest Tanya. So excited to have her here. Make sure you go to Milagro Winery on Facebook and like them, and also on Instagram, as well as the Glam Squad over at BellaMia. Please make sure you like them. We are going to go to a break. We will be back in just a few minutes on RTR Radio, Truth in the Mirror. All right, so that is Whatever It Takes by Lifehouse. And we just had the lovely Tanya here on Truth in the Mirror with Sally. Sally,
I just love her.
I'm so excited that you found Tanya.
She is, yeah, I know. She is absolutely lovely and she's beautiful. You know, and we were just talking in the break while we were saying goodbye to her, that is just, it's a lovely, moving story. And, you know, whenever these women go on a journey, it's always an emotional process for them. And it's an emotional process for us also because we got to follow it, right? And we become very personal and very intimate on our journey together. But to know that she's doing that for the children, like...
That just makes your happiness just go
I know.
happy.
I
That is
know.
so awesome. Such an inspiration.
You know, she's easy to fall in love with.
She really is.
Yeah.
She really, really
People
is.
can identify with
You know, and yeah, and she's just like you and me. And she has real drama just like you and me. And she has, you know, real life just like we have also, you know.
Absolutely.
And it's really difficult to fit in a new regime, right? Or to kind of to manipulate the life that she has right now in order to make time for herself. And I think some of the negative body image that we get actually comes from that too. You know, like if something is worth money to you, you invest in it.
Right.
If something you love, like her children, she's investing in her children.
Right.
Long term.
Right. But if she's not investing in herself, whether it be in time, whether it be that she has her nails done or a haircut or just the silly little things every day, then she just reaffirms every day that she's not worthy of investment. You know, and that is I mean, to be a mother is the most amazing blessing ever on earth, and I totally believe that. But it's also a little bit of a curse too, because you have everybody else to put before you.
Oh, yeah.
And we do that, and mothers are completely selfless with it. But the thing about being selfless is that you lose yourself sometimes.
Right.
True.
And so
Your identity.
right. And so getting back in touch
Yeah.
with that also, I think, will be a really interesting journey for Tanya too. You know?
Right, because like you just said, and Joe said, your identity, she's finding herself. So she's not been Tanya
Right.
for a long time. She's been a mom,
wife,
sister,
carer.
hey, miss blah, 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 at, work.
Right.
And she's lost herself.
Right. And we spoke about last week the difference between what you are and who you are when you're dating.
Oh, yeah.
That's exactly the same.
Yeah.
Right. What she is a mother, a daughter, a carer, a wife, all of those things. But you lose sight of who you are. And that's, lovely and beautiful and worthy and attractive and funny. Like, she genuinely is funny. She'll have you bent over double. My tummy hurt when I first interviewed her and sat down with her. Like, she's all of those things, and she's very sparkly.
Oh, yes.
Right? She has a
Right.
real kind of mischievous twinkle in her eye, and she'll
Right,
be
I
so
noticed that.
fun. She will be so fun.
Yes.
But it's it's just an incredibly sad situation now, and you know how passionate I am about it. I always hate this bit, right? The first kind of getting to know you and listening to the tragic is, it's the worst bit ever. But we have to be here, and we have to stand in that moment to appreciate her journey and to appreciate where she's going to go. And she's going to go to some fabulous places, and we get to watch it.
I'm just so excited for her,
Mm-hmm.
excited for you, excited for us. I'm sure her family is super excited as well.
Right. And so we're going to interview all of her family next week, and we're going to have them sit down and tell us what they think of her and see whether those things match up with what she thinks about herself.
Great idea.
Right. And I guess that genuinely is the crux of the matter behind Truth in the Mirror. Like, their truth of,
Right.
of how they perceive her is not necessarily the truth that she thinks that she projects.
It'll be interesting to see.
So interesting. I love it. It's like, that's one of my favorite bits of
Oh,
the
yes.
whole coaching. And then having Tanya sit down and really listen to that and understand that what she sees is not what everybody else sees. It's a very interesting thing to watch. So I can't wait for you all to join us on it. I tell you what, though, incidentally, although we've had a number of applicants that have sent their information into us and they're already in the process for this series, if you are still interested, and if it is something that you feel like you would like to get involved in, to come on a journey to better confidence, whether that be with your body image, whether it be with your self-esteem, perhaps it's that you have issues dating, perhaps it's that you have an issue with what's in the mirror looking back at you, or maybe it's that you just don't quite love yourself enough to go to your boss and say, hey, I'm worth another 10 grand, love, so give it to me.
Yes.
Just whatever kind of confidence issue or self-esteem issue you have, we would just love for you to involve us in that process and for us to take you on that journey. And to do that, all I need you to do is either visit us on Facebook at Truth in the Mirror, on Instagram at Truth in the Mirror, or you can just send us a little email on the ULM website, or send us a little video of yourself explaining what it is that you have an issue with, and what it is that you want to change, or what your journey looks like, what your present looks like, and what your happiness would look like if we could get you involved in the program. And then have you send that to us, and we'll get somebody to call you back.
Absolutely.
And get involved in
Yeah,
it.
they can either email me directly at denise@ulmmedia.com.
Whoa, is that personal email now?
Right.
Yeah.
Really?
Well,
Right.
because
That's commitment.
I know, right? But it's so exciting to watch you talk to these young ladies and see the excitement in them, see the excitement in you. It's it's a genuine. I see your heart,
Right.
just all over you.
Oh, you're
really
sweet.
wanting to help them. It's not just, hey, I'm going to help you.
No, it's not a job
You're
for me.
invested.
Right.
I can tell you're invested.
Right, it's not
emotionally
it's
with
not
her.
just a job for me at all. Like
it's a
it
journey.
genuinely is a little bit of a mission.
Right.
Right.
You know.
Right.
And from back in the day, from square one, I think I shared on Instagram a couple of days ago, the very first little group of women that I had in my boutique when I first realized that this was a thing and that women were unhappy with themselves. And there was 4 women that turned up really bravely to talk to me about what their issues were. And they all stood in the shop and I took selfies of them. And they were all holding this sign that said, like, I own my curves or I love me. And I didn't realize that one of them was Tanya's mum.
Oh, wow.
How lovely is that?
Really?
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
How lovely. And it's such a lovely thing to know that little journey that, 4 or 5 years ago I was crazy passionate about has now turned into what we have. I have a coaching business. I do it full time. I transformational speak in front of hundreds of people at a time. To have the radio show and to be able to do the TV show, I mean, that's amazing. All I wanted to do 4 years ago was have a small conversation with 4 women and to make those 4 women feel better. And now
It's grown.
right,
Well,
it's amazing.
People need you.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
They really need you.
I think society needs to look at itself real hard in its mirror.
Right. It's easy
For
to
sure.
point fingers, isn't it?
Right.
Especially the internet.
Right. We do it every week with the
Yeah.
internet.
Oh, yeah.
And if it's on
sad.
the internet, it's got to be true.
Internet has all the answers, for sure. I know that it does seem like I talk about wineries a lot.
Right.
Okay.
No, but it's okay.
Is it though?
As long as you take us with you.
Right. Okay. All right. And so I did some filming this week.
Fun.
I know. No. Fun, stroke terrifying. But
Right.
I did some filming this week on location at Salerno Winery, which is also in Ramona. Beautiful statues of beautiful, curvy women.
Yes.
The landscaping is amazing. Their wine is lovely. But did I just mention that the landscaping is amazing?
Yes.
Like, I genuinely, it is like something out of Wolf of Wall Street. It's like somebody's mansion with all of these different sculptures and pieces of art everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
It's just amazing. And so if you do get chance, I know that we're slowly just telling you to go to every winery in Ramona. But if you do get chance, or maybe Milagro is at the wrong end of town for you, then you should definitely stop in and see those guys at Salerno, because they were very, very sweet with us. And
absolutely.
They put up with us even into nightfall, which was very lovely of them.
Yeah. I would say get out and go to both.
Do it.
Yeah.
Right.
They both have unique qualities that I can guarantee you. I don't even know who you are, who is listening, but you will love.
Well, I feel like if you're going to do it, you should probably do a compare and contrast.
Right.
There you go.
Right? That's life.
Yeah.
Why do one wine when you can do 2 wine?
Yeah.
True.
The scenery is completely different at each one, too. It's kind of unique. So
Right.
it's never the same.
Right. So, next week, I'm going to take you on a little bit of a behind-the-scene tour, I guess, or as much as we can do that with our over the radio. But I'm going to take you on a little bit of a behind-the-scenes peek at what's going to happen with Tanya and what's going to happen with her family. And maybe we might let the cat out of the bag with her first challenge, because I'm going to give her homework each week.
Right.
Yeah.
And so I really want to do that. And I kind of want you involved in the process along the way also. So
Oh, yeah.
I definitely want to do that next week. And then we'll have some excellent, beautiful stories off the internet of people calling people out and people calling people too fat and too thin and too short and too small, right?
Yeah, and
Those are
just to actually let you guys know, next week, write this number down. We will have call-ins live, and you can text in. The call-in number will be 760-239-1527. Again, that was 760-239-1527. That will be our call-in number.
I'm sorry, what now?
Right, and when we
live
ask for
callers.
people to call in, we're actually going to ask you to at a certain time to call in. So if you try calling in and we don't pick up, we're not going to be ready to talk on that segment. But if you do have questions, you can always ask them on Instagram, Facebook. Sally's watching it live as we film, and then we also are going to have a text-in number.
Shut the front door. We're like legitimately legitimate now.
Right.
So
You
you
know
can
you've made
actually-
it when
yeah.
you've got a text
Downtown.
number.
So your text-in number to have wonderful comments.
Can I text myself?
Absolutely.
Can I send in appropriate pictures of how body confident I am during the week?
Absolutely. So your text in number is going to be 760-315-9708. We will also put these on our Facebook and our Instagram page. Don't forget to listen to the replays as well on Saturdays and Sundays. And if you have a friend or a family member that you feel that should listen to the show or maybe wants to watch the show, you can actually watch Sally on a replay on YouTube. So every week, our segments, Sally, we film this lovely person sitting across from me.
Oh, stop.
Oh, you're beautiful.
Thanks.
You just kill me.
Thanks.
You put light in me because you're so
stop.
you're happy and
Stop,
positive.
stop,
I love
stop.
your positivity.
I know you're right.
But go to YouTube. Bring your family, bring your friends. Go to
Yes.
YouTube.
And share a bit of the love. Like, genuinely, if this show is something that you are not, that is not a thing for you, because there are some of us out here that are totally body confident and really don't have an issue with it, but I know that there are a lot more people that are. And so even if it's not for you, why don't you just tag us into a friend that you know and love, that you feel it may be able to help, or just put it out there and share the love and see. I think you would be amazed at the amount of people you have in your life that either have an issue with their body or are struggling with some kind of depression, mental health, eating disorders. I think you would be amazed because all of that happens behind closed doors for a lot of the time. And so maybe you just have an influence on one of your friends without you even knowing that that's a thing.
Let me ask you a question since you brought that up. How many people do you think are out there who are self-confident, or sorry, not self-confident, but are ashamed of themselves or worried about their body type or body shape, regardless of whether they're, a size 2 or a size 20, who don't admit it and kind of keep that to themselves rather than the fact that I don't want to say this to my best friend.
Right.
Because I don't want my best friend to say, yeah, you should change yourself. I don't like the color of your hair. Maybe you should get contacts. Maybe you should, lose a few pounds or whatever it is.
Right. And the fear of opening up to somebody is that somebody is going to confirm the negative in your mind.
How scary is that?
Right. Absolutely. It's terrifying. And that's why people don't. Having said that, the documented technical number is that 90% of women are uncomfortable with their body. And that's people that admitted it.
90%.
Right. 90%
of the people who admitted it.
Right. Right. So
that's sad.
Right. And so it's devastating to know that there is 10% of women, only 10% of women that love themselves. But like I say, how accurate is that number?
Right.
I saw a beautiful, I shared it on Facebook this week. There was 2 posts that I absolutely adored. The first one was that there was an Instagrammer that was painting in stretch marks with rainbow colours.
I loved that.
I love it.
I loved that.
I love it. I think it's absolutely amazing. So that women could start to see these... I know that some women actually call them tiger stripes, right? That's the thing that defines their strength and, all of those things. And so they coloured them in lots of different colours, and I thought that was really lovely so that women could look in the mirror and see themselves as a piece of art and see themselves objectively. And then the second was, I think, in Holland, and it was, there were 2 arches in a very public square, and one had beautiful and one had kind of beautiful written over it. Really? And they asked women to walk under the arch that they felt was best represented of them. And so there was like one lady, that would have been me, dancing under it, but there was only one person that went through the beautiful arch, and everybody else went through the other door that was kind of less than perfect. Which is awful.
Wow, yeah.
Awful.
Really is.
Mm-hmm. It is. So that's the thing. So please, who knew that we had call-ins? Who knew that we had text-ins? That's very exciting. I can't wait for that next week. And I can't wait for you to hear more about our journey with Tanya and to have some of our background of the reality TV show. But of course, if you do want to get involved in it, we would very much love you to become part of that process. And we're going to try and help as many people as we can within the time frame that we have. And so, as many people that apply, we're going to try and get through as many of those as we can in the time frame that we do. So,
sounds fantastic.
I know, right?
That's awesome, Sally. It is time to close. It is time to
Say goodbye.
Leave
So
for the.
sad.
I know.
It goes so quickly every
Flies.
week, doesn't it?
Flies
It really
by.
does.
I know.
But if you missed it again, you want to share with your friends and family, take them over to YouTube. Find Truth in the Mirror on YouTube. Sally Hilton, Facebook, Instagram. And don't forget, we will post the call-in and the text-in numbers for next week. Sally is still live on Facebook right now and Instagram. Sally, it was a pleasure having you tonight.
Thank you so much
Thanks
for having
coming
me.
in.
And it was a pleasure to have Tanya as well. I can't wait till next
Absolutely.
week. And I just want to remind you guys that you are listening to Ramona Town Radio. We are produced by ULM Media. This is Truth in the Mirror. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Stay fabulous.
Bye.